Good morning, students. Today's class we will see about the physical examination of the newborn. Delivery of effective neonatal care is enhanced by communication of pertinent information about the mother and her infant to the pediatrician or other healthcare provider. It is important that obstetric staff record the following information on the medical record and that accompanies the neonate during any transfer of care. That is pertinent medical history that includes mother's age, socioeconomic status, ethnic or cultural group, educational level, marital status, mother's or family's past medical history, mother's past obstetric history, mother's prenatal history with this pregnancy includes rubella status, hepatitis B testing, history of psychiatric diseases, domestic violence, or history of previous child abuse or neglect. Also includes other maternal test results relevant to the neonatal care. Its HIV test result and colonization with the group B hemolytic streptococci. Labor and delivery includes intrapartum maternal antibiotic therapy along with the type and dosage of antibiotics. Postterm. The newborn examination. The first one is the posture. A full-term neonate assumes symmetric posture, face turned to side, flexed extremities, hands tightly fisted with the thumb covering by the fingers. Asymmetric posture may be caused by fractures of clavicle or humerus or by nerve injuries commonly of brachial plexus. Infants born in breech position may keep the knees and legs straight or in the frog position depending on the type of breech birth. Length. Average length of a full-term neonate is 20 inches, that is 51 centimeter, ranges from 18 to 22 inches. Weight. Average weight of a male neonate is 3,400 gram, female is 3,200 gram. Weight ranges of 80% of full-term neonates is 2,900 to 4,100 gram. Skin. Examine under natural light for hair distribution. The term infant will have some lanigo over the back. Most of the lanigo will have disappeared on extremities and other areas of the body. Turgor. The term infant should have good skin turgor, that is, after gently pinching the small portion of the skin and releasing it, the skin should return to its original position. Then color. Cyanosis. Acrocyanosis, bluish color in the palms of hands and soles of feet is common because of immature peripheral circulation. This condition is exacerbated by cold temperature. Pallor may indicate cold, stress, anemia, or cardiac failure. Plethora, that is reddish coloration, may be caused by high level of RBCs to total blood volume from intrauterine intravascular transfusions like twins, cardiac disease, or diabetes in the mother. Jaundice. Physiological jaundice caused by immaturity of liver is common in the beginning of the second, peaking at the first week and disappearing by the second week. It is first appears in the skin over the face or upper body, then progresses over a large area. It can also seen in conjunctiva of the eyes. Meconium staining. The staining of the skin, fingernails, and umbilical cord indicate passage of meconium in utero. Possibly it is caused by fetal hypoxia in utero. Dryness or peeling, marked scaling or discoloration are the signs of post-maturity. Vernix. In full-term infants, most vernix is found in skin folds under the arms and the groin, under the scrotum in males and the labia in females. Nails should reach into the fingertips and be well developed in the full-term infant. There should have been no evidence of pits, ridges, aplasia, or hypertrophy. Edema. Some edema may occur over the buttocks, back, and occiput if the infant has been on supine. Pitting edema may be caused by erythroblastosis, heart failure, and electrolyte imbalance. Chemosis may appear over the presenting part in a difficult delivery, may also indicate infection or a bleeding problem. Erythema toxicum or newborn rash, small white, yellow, or pink to red papular rash that appears in the trunk, face, and extremities, regresses within 48 hours. Hemangiomas, muscular lesions present at birth, some may fade but others may permanent. That is, for the first one is strawberry, that is nevus vasculosis, bright red raised lobulated tumor that occurs in the head, neck, trunk, or extremity, soft palpable with the sharp demarcated margins, increase in size for approximately 6 months and then regress after several years. Cavernous, larger, more mature vascular elements involve dermis and subcutaneous tissue, soft, palpable with poorly defined margins, increases in size in the first 6 to 12 months, then involutes spontaneously. Telangiectasia, Flat red or purple lesions most commonly found on the back of the neck, lower occiput, upper eyelid, and ridge of the nose. Regress by age. 2. Although the one in the neck may persist to adulthood. Melia, enlarged sebaceous gland found in the nose, chin, cheeks, brow, and forehead. Regress in several days to few weeks. They appear as multiple yellow or pearly white papules approximately 1 millimeter in diameter. When found in mouth, they are referred as Epstein pearls. Mongolian spots, blue-green or gray pigmentation on the lower back, sacrum, and buttocks common in the blacks, Asians, and infants of South European heritage, regress by the age 4, may be mistaken for the signs of child abuse. Cafe leaf spots, tan or light brown macules or patches when less than 1 and 1 by 4 inches in length and less than 6 in number. There is no pathological significance. If greater than 1 by 4 inches or more than 6 in number, may indicate cutaneous neurofibromatosis. Herculean color change when on side dependent by half turns red, upper half pale, caused by gravity and vasomotor instability. Abrasions or lacerations can result from internal monitoring and instruments used at birth. Cutis marmorata, bluish mottling or marbling of the skin in response to chilling, stress, or overstimulation. Fought by nervous, flat pink or reddish purple lesions consisting of dilated congested capillaries directly beneath the epidermis does not blanch. These are the skin findings which we can see in the newborn skin. Next is head. Examine the head and face for symmetry, paralysis, shape, swelling, and movement. Catput succedaneum, swelling of soft tissues of the scalp because of pressure, swelling crosses suture line associated with vacuumisted birth. Cephalhematoma, subperiosteal hemorrhage with collection of blood between periosteum and bone. Swelling does not cross suture line, may result from vacuum-assisted birth. Molding, overlapping of the skull bones caused by compression of during labor and delivery, that is disappear within few days. Examine the symmetry of facial movements. Forceps mark, a U-shaped bruising usually on the cheeks following forceps delivery. Measure the head circumference, that may be 13 to 36 centimeter, approximately 2 inch larger than chest. Measure just above the eyebrows and over the occiput. Fontanellas, areas where more than two skull bones meet, covered with strong band of connective tissue, also called soft spot. Enlarged or bulging indicate increase in intracranial pressure. Sunken commonly indicates dehydration. Size posterior may be obliterated because molding, generally closed by 2 to 3 months. Anterior is palpable, generally closed by 12 to 18 months. Sutures, junctions of adjoining skull bones, if it is overriding caused by molding during labor and delivery. Separation, extensive separation may be found in malnourished infants with increased ICP. Face, eyes, examine the following. Color, sclera in most term infants are white. Blue sclera is indicative of osteogenesis imperfecta. Eye color usually slate gray, brown or dark blue. Final eye color is evident by 6 to 12 months. Hemorrhagic area, subconjunctival hemorrhages may appear as a red band from pressure during delivery, regress within 2 weeks. Edema, edema of the eyelids may cause by pressure on the head and face during labor and delivery. Conjunctivitis or discharge may be caused by installation of silver nitrate or infections from organisms, the Staphylococcus, Chlamydia trachomatis, or Gonococcus. Tear formation does not usually begin until the age of 2 to 6 months. Jaundice may be seen in the sclera because physiological jaundice or if severe blood group incompatibility. Pupils equally in size and should constrict equally in bright light. Infant can see and discriminate patterns limited by imperfect oculomotor coordination and inability to accommodate for varying distance. Red reflex, red-orange color seen in the light from an ophthalmoscope is reflected from retina. No red reflex indicate cataract. Brush field spots, white or yellow pinpoint areas on iris that may indicate trisomy 21 or even with a normal variant. Abnormal placement of eyes or small eye opening can signify syndrome or chromosomal abnormality. Strabismus, cross-eyed appearance that is common. Nystagmus, that is constant rapid involuntary movement of the eye, also is common and disappear by age 4 months. Nose, patency necessary because infants breathe through the nose, not through the mouth. Nasal flaring abnormal and may indicate nasal respiratory distress. Check for appropriate size and shape of the nose. Should be placed vertically midline in the face. Discharge stiffness is normal unless chronic nasal discharge is present, may be caused by possible infection. Sense of smell. Infants will turn toward familiar odors and away from noxious odors. Septum should be in the midline. Lower nasal bridge with broad base may indicate associated with Down syndrome. Periodic sneezing is common. Ears. Examine for formation of large flabby ears that slant forward may indicate abnormalities of the kidney or other parts of the urinary tract. Position in relation to the eye, that is helix, that is the top of the ear on the same plane as the eye, that is loss at ears, may indicate chromosomal renal abnormality. Cartilage. Full term infant has sufficient cartilage to make the ear feel firm. Hearing. Auditory canals may be congested for a day or two after birth. The infant should hear well within few days. Observe for skin tags. Preauricular sinus located in front of ear may be normal or may be associated with genetic disorders. Mouth size. Small mouth found in trisomy 18 and 21. Corners of the mouth turned down, that is a fish mouth in fetal alcohol syndrome. Mucous membrane should be pink. Palate. Examine the hard and soft palate for closure. Size of the tongue in relation to mouth normally does not extend much past of the gums. Excessively large tongue seen contain anomalies such as cretinism and trisomy 21. Teeth. Predaceous teeth are found on rare occasions. If they interfere with feeding, they can be removed. Epstein pearls, small white nodules found in the sides of hard palate, regress in few weeks. Frenulum illinugae, that is thin ridge of tissue running from base of the tongue along the undersurface, the tip of the tongue, formerly believed to be caused to tongue tie. No treatment is necessary. True congenital ankyloglossia, that is tongue tie, is rare. Sucking blisters thicken areas on the midline of upper lip that may be filled with fluid or callus. No treatment is necessary. Infections like thrush caused by Candida albicans may appear as a white patch on the tongue and or inside the cheek that do not wash away with the fluids. Treated with nystatin suspension. Neck. Examine for mobility. Infant can move head from one side to side, palpate for lymph nodes, palpate clavicle for fractures, especially after difficult delivery. Torticollis appear as a spasmodic one-sided contraction of the neck muscles, generally from hematoma of sternocleidomastoid muscle. Usually no treatment required. Excessive skin force may associate with the congenital abnormalities such as trisomy 21. Stiffness and hyperextension may be caused by trauma or infection. Clavicle for intact,ness. Observe for cystic hygroma, soft and usually seen laterally on over the clavicle. Chest circumference and symmetry. Average chest circumference is 30 to 33 centimeter, approximately 2 centimeters more than head circumference. Breast engorgement may occur the first 3 days because of the withdrawal of maternal hormones, especially estrogen. No treatment required. Regress within 2 weeks. Nipples and areola less formed and pronounced in preterm babies. Respiratory system rate is normally between 30 to 60 beats per minute, influenced by sleep wake status, when last fed drugs were taken by the mother, and room temperature. Rhythm. Respiration may shallow with irregular rhythm. Respiratory movements are symmetric and mainly diaphragmatic because of weak thoracic muscles. For example, lower thorax pulls in and abdomen bulges with each respiration. Periodic breathing. Resumption of respiration after 5 to 15-second period without respiration decreases with each time, more common in preterm infants. Substernal retractions, if accompanied by gaps or stridor, are indicative of upper airway obstruction. Observe for abnormal respiratory signs. Breath sound determined by auscultation. Bronchial sounds are heard over the most of the chest. Crackles may be heard immediately after birth. Expiratory grunting indicate of respiratory distress syndrome. Cardiovascular system rate is normally between 110 to 160, 80 to 110 normal with the deep sleep, influenced by behavioral state, environmental temperature, medication. Take apical count for 1 minute. Rhythm common to find periods of deceleration followed by periods of acceleration. Heart sound. Second sounds higher in pitch and sharper than first. Third and fourth sounds are rarely heard. Murmurs common. Majority are transitory and benign. Pulses examine equality and strength of brachial, radial, pedal, and femoral pulse. Lack of femoral pulse indicative of inadequate aortic blood flow. Cyanosis examine for cyanosis across cyanosis or distal extremities is common. Record location of any cyanosis color change with time and when crying. BP neonates who weigh more than 3 kg have systolic BP between 65 to 95 mm of mercury. Diastolic is between 30 to 60 mm of mercury. BP is usually higher in lower extremity than in upper extremity. BP assessment may not be conducted routinely in healthy neonates. Measurement of BP is essential for infants who show the signs of distress, premature, or are suspected of having a cardiac anomaly. Abdomen, shape cylindrical, protrudes slightly, moves synchronously with the chest respiration. Distension may be caused by bowel obstructions, organ enlargement, or infection. Palpate abdomen for masses. Gap between rectus muscles is common. Palpate liver and spleen. Liver has decreased ability to conjugate bilirubin, that is the rationale for physiological jaundice. Liver has decreased production of prothrombin and factors that depend on vitamin K for synthesis, rationale for neonatal predisposition to hemorrhage. Auscultate abdomen in all four quadrants for bowel sound. Usually bowel sounds occur in 1 hour after delivery. Kidneys, palpate kidney for size and shape. Infant has decreased ability of kidney to concentrate urine, excrete a solute slot, maintain water and electrolyte balance. Urine may contain uric acid crystals which appear on diaper as reddish blotches. Uric acid crystals may yield false positive result when infants urine tested for protein. Umbilical cord normally contains two arteries, one vein. Single artery sometimes associated with renal and other congenital abnormalities. Signs of infection around the insertion of abdominal wall, redness and discharge. Meconium staining associated with intrauterine compromise or post-maturity. By 24 hours become yellowish in brown, tries and falls off approximately by 10 to 14 days. Umbilical hernia detected in the abdominal wall. Genitalia, female, labia majora covers labia minora and clitoris in full-term female infants. Hymenal tag may protrude from vagina, regress within several weeks. Vaginal discharge, white mucous discharge is common. Pink tinged mucous discharge or may be present because of drop in maternal hormones, no treatment necessary. For male, full-term testis in scrotal sac. Scrotal sac appears markedly wrinkled due to rugae. Edema may be present in the scrotal sac if the infant was born in breech presentation. A frank collection of fluid in the scrotal sac is hydrocele, regress approximately in a month. Examining glans penis for urethral opening. Normally central opening is ventral is hypospadiasis. Opening dorsal is epispadiasis. Abnormally adherent foreskin is phimosis. Check for patent anus. Infant should stool within the 24 hours after delivery. Past meconium in utero, patent anus has been established. Back. Examine spinal column for normal curvature, cloisonne, plinoidal dimple or sinus. Also for tufts of hair or skin disruptions that would indicate possible spina bifida. Examine anal area for anal opening, response of anal sphincter and fissure. Musculoskeletal system. Examine the extremities for fracture, paralysis, range of motion, irregular position. Examine fingers and toes for number and separation, extra digit polydactyly, fused digit syndactyly. Examine hips for dislocation. With the infant in supine position, flex knees and abduct hips to side and down to table surface. Clicking sound indicate dislocation, that is Otto-Lannis sign. Asymmetrical gluteal folds also indicate congenital hip dislocation. Examine feet for structural and positional deformities, that is clubfoot or metatarsus abductus, that is inward turning of the foot. Neurological system. Neurological mechanisms are immature anatomically and physiologically. As a result, uncoordinated movements, labeled temperature regulation, and lack of control over musculature are characteristic of an infant. Examine muscle tone, head control, and reflexes. The two types of reflexes are present in the neonate. One is the protective in nature, that is blink, cough, sneeze, and gag remain throughout the life. The other one is primitive in nature, that is rooting, sucking, moro, startling, tonic neck, stepping, and palmar plantar gaps either disappear within a month or become highly developed and voluntary, like sucking and gasping. Behavioral assessment, response to stimulation. Neonates exhibit predictable, directed response in social interactions with nurturing adults in response to attractive auditory visual stimuli. Unit response are influenced by states of consciousness such as quiet deep sleep, no spontaneous activity, eyes closed, respirations regular with delayed response to external stimuli. Light active sleep, random startles, eye closed, REMs, frequent change of state with response to stimulation. Drowsy awake, eyes open or closed, appearing dull and heavily lidded, eyelids flutter, variably activity level mild, startles periodically, delayed response to stimulation. Quiet, alert, eyes are open, little motor activity, focus on source of stimulation, interacts most with environment, respiration is regular. Alert, active, eyes open, less bright and attentive, much motor activity, increase in startles and response to stimulation. Crying, intense crying that is difficult to interrupt with stimulation, increase motor activity and color changes. Sleeping pattern, length of sleep cycles, REM active and quiet sleep changes with the maturation of the central nervous system. Quiet sleep should increase with time in relation to REM sleep. Units usually sleep up to 20 hours per day. Feeding pattern, most units 10 to 12 times per day with 2 to 4 hours between feedings. Establish a fairly regular feeding pattern in approximately 2 weeks. Caloric requirements are high, 110 to 130 calories per kg body weight daily. Most digestive enzymes present at birth. Imperfect control of cardiac or pyloric sphincters, immaturity result in regurgitation. Pattern of elimination, stools, meconium is usually passed within 24 to 48 hours. Passage of meconium continues for about 72 hours followed by transitional stool greenish brown to yellowish brown. Thin may contain milk curds, milk stools that is for means for breastfed, yellow to golden, pasty, odor like sour milk for formula fed, pale yellow to light brown, firmer, more offensive odor are passed by day 4 to 5. Unit has up to 6 stools per day in the first week after birth. Temperature regulation. Infant's body responds readily to changes in the environmental temperature. Heat loss at birth may occur through evaporation, convection, conduction, and radiation. Physiologic mechanism to avoid heat loss include vasoconstriction, non-shivering thermogenesis elicited by sympathetic nervous system in response to decreased temperature. Adipose tissue and brown fat. The latter contains many small blood vessels for fat vacuoles and mitochondria and in site of heat production. Brown fat is found between scapula, around the neck, thorax, behind the sternum, and around the kidneys and adrenals. Flex position for full-term neonates. Voiding. Neonate is void within first 24 hours. After the first few days, infant voids about 10 to 20 times per day. Thank you. Thank you for listening.